Hey guys! Alright, so I haven't done a feelsy vlog yet, so it was only a matter of time. Today I want to talk to you about being your own Wonder Woman, which is something that I've talked about, on social media quite a lot. So, why I'm doing this vlog today? This week has been kind of rough. Kind of the catalyst for this whole thing this morning. Yeah, so I've just been really tired and beat down all week, but this morning I had to do my update with my coaches, and after my first week of cutting, I was up in weight, and so I had a bit of a freak out. I was very discouraged. I'm like, I've been putting in all that I can all week, despite being sick, despite being tired, and, I was, expecting some good things from this update, and it just didn't happen. So, yeah, I was extremely discouraged this morning. So what I decided to do is, for those of you that watched my full day of eating vlog, you know that I have my little trophy cup here that I've written some encouraging phrases on and whatnot to kind of get me through prep, and I thought of that this morning, and I was like, you probably need to pull one of those out today. God, did I. So I don't know if you'll be able to read this. Yeah. So what it says is, you're freaking Wonder Woman. Don't ever forget that. As you guys know, I use the Wonder Woman analogy a lot, saying that I've, become my own Wonder Woman, or I became my own superhero, building a strong sense of self. Wow, I'm already getting, feelings. Wow. In my opinion, it's very, very easy to sit and stay and wallow in a state of discouragedness. In my opinion, it's harder to decide to leave that state and to tune out the nagging voice in your head and rise above that. So today, every single part of me wants to sit and say, or wants to sit and be, oh, you're up in weight, oh, this isn't good, this isn't where you're supposed to, be going. But that's all in my head. And that's the thing that I've got to realize, is that the thing that, and I think this resonates for a lot of people, is the thing that holds you back the most is what's in your head. Because, especially, I think, in bodybuilding, and just, in sports in general, you psych yourself out because you want to be the best you can be. But yeah, it's harder to decide to leave and to tune out nagging voices in your head and to rise above that, because it takes more effort. It's very easy to sit and stay and not grow, but I think that refusing to listen to negative voices, it challenges you, and it causes you to try and find a good voice to listen to, and in doing that and in creating your own good voice, that causes you to grow. So kind of what I took away from this morning, I'm just seeing this quote, when I pulled it out of the cup, I definitely teared up a little bit, because it was exactly what I needed to hear, my own self reminding me who I am. So what that means to me is, even when you don't feel 100%, aka me right now, even when you don't feel 100%, you still have 100% and more in you. And that's why you need to remind yourself. Because sometimes there's not going to be someone there to remind you for you. Which kind of brings me to something that I will probably rant a little bit about, but it kind of ties in. A lot of people, have the mentality of, do it to prove other people wrong. The best revenge is doing what other people said you couldn't, blah, 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 all that stuff. That just doesn't resonate with me, and it never has. And here's why. I do what I do for myself. Yes, ultimately I want to help other people along the way and benefit them, but this is my life. And so thus the decisions that I make and the things that I do and the steps that I take are ultimately to get me to where I want to be in life. So it's for me. So for me, becoming my own Wonder Woman didn't involve trying to prove people wrong or get revenge or sitting and spinning in my state of discouragedness. No. Becoming my own Wonder Woman, to me, meant developing a strong sense of self, learning to motivate myself, and just being myself, and fueling myself with positive energy, doing stuff like this so that on days when I feel down, I have something from myself to lift me back up. In one of the first video logs that I ever made, the Happy Train one, I said, don't rely on the energy of the outside world to fuel you. And I think that there can be a lot of positive energy from the outside, but there can also be a lot of negative energy from the outside. And some days you never know which one you're going to get. So you have to have something in here and in your soul and just in the very essence of your being that gets you through, that you have to remind yourself of why you started what you started and why you're doing what you're doing and why you're worth it and who you freaking are. You have to be able to tell yourself and remind yourself and remember who you are. You can't rely on someone else to tell you that. You need to have that inside. I am my own Wonder Woman because I told myself that I was my own Wonder Woman, because I decided to be strong and to develop a strong sense of self. And that's not, the intention of that is not to be self-centered, but I also believe that in order to be able to put energy into other people and to be able to put love into other people and to truly be a light instead of a shadow, you have to first be that light to yourself. Because how the hell are you going to take care of anyone else? How the hell are you going to inspire anyone else? How the hell are you going to do anything for anyone else? How are you going to be that if you aren't that to yourself first? I don't know, and that's just my personal experience. But yeah, so for me, becoming your own Wonder Woman, it comes from, and this is, I don't want to give the impression that, every time I get down on myself, that it's easy to get back up. It's not. It is not. Especially when it comes to like stuff like competing, which is what one of the main things that I ultimately want to do with my life. It's not easy to get out of that state of discouragement and talk like I am now. It's not easy. It takes conscious effort. That's why I said it's harder than sitting and staying in your discouraged state. But yeah, to me, becoming your own Wonder Woman, it comes from recognizing when you feel weak and why. And then instead of succumbing to that feeling, you have to make the conscious effort to move past that. It means remembering that even when you don't feel like Wonder Woman, you are still Wonder Woman, or whatever your analogy for yourself is. Even when I don't feel awesome, aka today, even when you don't feel, like I said before, even when you don't feel 100%, you still have that 100% in you and beyond that. And you have to be able to kind of come back to center and remind yourself of the strength that you do have, because there will be days when you forget. There will be days when you feel like it's not there, but it is. I promise you it is. Even, and oftentimes especially on your weakest day. Oftentimes especially on your weakest day, there is an opportunity to get stronger. Whether that is physically, or mentally, or emotionally, or whatever, there is an opportunity to get stronger. you've got to stop, and I have to do this too, like, this is me reminding myself, you've got to stop clipping your own wings. There's gonna be enough people to try and clip your wings for you. You can't do that to yourself. So whatever journey you're on, whatever stage of your life you're in, whatever, you know, with the example of competing, whether you're about to do your first show or you're like a freaking IFBB pro about to do your like 100th show, you can't clip your own wings, and you have to be able to remind yourself that you are strong and that you are capable and that you are worthy and that you're enough and that you can do this and that you're still Wonder Woman. You know what? Like, even on days when you wake up and feel like crap, you're still you. Okay? Like, you didn't just like magically transform into another person overnight. Or over the course of your struggle, you didn't just magically transform into a weak and broken person. That weak and broken person is just trying to nag at you and get you to stay there. Because misery loves company. But you're still 100% and beyond. You're still Wonder Woman and beyond. God, this is like Buzz Lightyear. You're still strong. So, yeah, you have to develop a really strong sense of self for anything in life. And learn to love yourself first and be your own superhero first. Because then when things get hard, sometimes nothing anyone says is going to help you. Sometimes no amount of encouragement from an outside source is going to be able to help you. And that's when you've got to be able to have that encouragement from within. So yeah, I'm struggling a little bit today, but I'm Wonder Woman. And I'm not ever going to forget that. And I hope you don't forget it either. Alright, so that was my little feels rant for the day. Hopefully it resonated with and reached someone that needed it, just like I needed to open that today, and that's kind of why I wanted to share it. But yeah, 10 weeks out. Didn't wake up feeling the greatest this morning, but it's another day. And it's another opportunity to get stronger. And so that's what I'm going to go do. Alright guys, love you much.